Welcome to Couples Parlor, where we bring romantic relationship stories to life. Join us as we explore the many different kinds and facets of relationships, the joys and struggles that comes with them. I am Kelvin. In this video, I will be sharing with you the story of Henry and his struggles with his manipulative wife, Lesley. Lesley was a woman with a charm that encompassed anyone she came into contact with. She was the kind of person who could make you feel like the luckiest human being in the world just to be in her presence. She had cultivated this persona over a lifetime, yet it hid an underlying narcissism that few were aware of. Henry was amongst her charm's victims, and fate had brought them together as soon as they'd met at a party one fateful night. The two were inseparable for weeks, growing closer and more connected each day before quickly marrying one another after only months of courtship. At first, their marriage seemed perfect. Lesley devoted all her attentions to Henry, and he felt completely protected by her never-ending adoration. But behind it all, Lesley's narcissistic behavior started surfacing. She became controlling and demanding on most things, from where they went on dates to what his hobbies should have been, even starting arguments whenever he did something she didn't agree with him doing without asking for permission beforehand first. This unbalanced behavior kept increasing over time until eventually Henry snapped out of his reverie late one night at dinner, realizing something wasn't right. While discovering the truth about Lesley, he realized just how much control she had manipulated her way into his life through abusive means. He realized then he would have to free himself out of this situation and start anew if he were ever able to regain back any semblance of happiness again in his life. The very next day, Henry began taking steps towards leaving Lesley behind forever, finding new accommodations elsewhere whilst putting all his energy into helping himself heal from such an oppressive union. And after nearly a year since all events started unfolding, Henry has managed to establish some necessary distance between himself and what once felt like true love, but which exposed onto him someone capable of unhinged levels manipulation. If this is your first time watching any of our videos, we thank you for watching. Please help us support the channel by liking and sharing the video with your family and friends. Also subscribe to our channel and click the bell button, so you can be notified when a new video is posted. Lesley had been manipulating Henry for what felt like a lifetime. She controlled every aspect of their lives together, from the people Henry could hang out with to the amount of money he was allowed to spend. But as Henry gained awareness about her true intentions and began distancing himself, Lesley panicked and realized she needed to act fast if she wanted to keep control over him. She decided a foolproof plan would make it seem like she was feeling remorseful for her actions and make Henry believe that she genuinely wanted to change things between them. So one day when they were alone in their home, Lesley started crying while they were talking, and then started to apologize profusely for all the wrongs she had done to him, claiming that she is now seeing things from a different perspective and aware just how harmful her behavior has been towards him as well as their relationship. At first Henry wasn't sure if to believe her sudden show of emotion, but he wanted to give it a chance at least, thinking maybe change was finally on its way. However, secretly he knew better than blindly trusting everything being said. Because even then, he could feel deep enough inside that something didn't quite fit with what came across as being genuine or credible enough for him. Sure enough, the situation quickly became clear as days passed by, revealing nothing changed at all between them. His suspicions were right yet again. Every single word uttered earlier had been only part of carefully crafted set of lies aimed solely at trapping him once more within her web of manipulation. He knew that was going to be the end. Despite not having success within relationships thus far, Henry still engenders enough hope for love once more, someday soon. Authentic love which can enrich both their lives without any need whatsoever for covert interventions or influences done silently beneath its mask. It has been clinically proven that it is quite unlikely for a narcissistic individual to ever change from their dubious ways. It gets worse even as they get older. Here are some of the tricks of a covert narcissistic woman. Their tricks include gaslighting, manipulating conversations, making their victims feel guilty for things that are not their fault, lying and twisting the truth to make them doubt themselves and their own sanity, exploiting them for resources such as money and time, isolating them from friends and family in order to have greater control over them. The covert narcissist woman may also use guilt and fear to keep their victims trapped in the relationship. They often exploit their victims by making them feel like leaving the relationship would hurt them more than staying in it. They may also create feelings of love and dependence that make it seem like leaving would be too difficult or painful. This makes it extremely difficult for their victims to break free from the manipulation and abuse. Why does a covert narcissistic woman do this? A covert narcissist woman may do this in order to gain control over their victim and to make themselves feel powerful. They often use manipulation tactics in order to get what they want from their victims and to assert their dominance over them. Additionally, they are often unable to empathize with others, which leads them to not care about how their behavior affects others. As a man, how do you deal with this, especially when you feel in love and trying to make the relationship work? It is important to recognize the signs of manipulation and abuse in order to protect yourself from a covert narcissistic woman. It is important to know the warning signs of when someone is trying to manipulate you and be aware of how this person operates so you can take steps towards breaking free if necessary. Dealing with a narcissistic wife can be a challenging and emotionally draining experience. Here are some suggestions on how to manage this situation. Educate yourself. Learn more about narcissistic personality disorder and how it affects relationships. This will help you understand your wife's behavior and identify ways to protect yourself. Set boundaries. Establish clear boundaries for what you are willing and unwilling to tolerate in your relationship. Stick to these boundaries and do not allow your wife to cross them. Don't engage in their games. Narcissists often enjoy playing games and manipulating others. Refuse to participate in these games and remain calm and composed in your interactions with your wife. Don't take it personally. Remember that your wife's behavior is not a reflection of your worth or value as a person. Don't take her insults or criticisms to heart. Practice self-care. Take care of your physical, emotional, and mental health. Engage in activities that bring you joy and help you relax, such as exercise, meditation, or spending time with friends. Seek support. Reach out to trusted friends or family members for emotional support. Consider joining a support group or seeking therapy to help you cope with the challenges of living with a narcissistic partner. Consider leaving the relationship. If your wife's behavior is causing you significant distress and negatively impacting your well-being, it may be necessary to end the relationship. Additionally, it may be necessary to seek professional therapist help or talk with someone close in order to break away from this type of toxic relationship. The lesson to be learned from this story is that it serves as a reminder to always remain mindful of other people's intentions and behavior, especially when moving into a new relationship. It is important to be aware of the warning signs that could indicate potential manipulation and abuse, so that if it starts to manifest itself, immediate action can be taken in order to ensure personal safety. If you find yourself in an abusive relationship, it is essential for your own well-being that you put great importance on getting out of the situation as quickly and safely as possible. Please feel free to share your thoughts in the comment. Like and share the video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can stay up to date with more relationship stories like this one. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.